Hello, today we're going to be unboxing this. It's the Audi A4 British Touring Car Champion of 1996. So you can see this is a new kit from Nunu, also called Beemax, and yes, you see the Beemax logo down there, lots of trademarks, pictures here of the finished kit. It also says that these are with the detail up parts, information there. An illustration here on the side. I think there's an actual photo. You've got some Mr. Hobby colours on this side and some more information on here, such as the scale. So let's open it up and see what we have got. So we've got a body, got tyres and clear sprue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grey sprue, chrome sprue, instructions and decals. Audi had revolutionised rally with their four-wheel drive quattro in the 1980s, and by the mid-90s quattro all-wheel drive was appearing in other cars as well. The British Touring Car Championship was experiencing its most popular era, with the Super Touring rules attracting multiple manufacturers from different countries. In 1996, Audi would introduce their four-wheel drive A4. The cars would be driven by German touring car legend Frank Biela, already a champion in both Germany and France, alongside British rookie John Bintcliffe. The 2-litre inline 4-cylinder dual overhead cam engine gave the car over 300 brake horsepower. Four-wheel drive gave the Audis a phenomenal advantage, and despite receiving a 100 kilogram weight handicap, the German driver won 8 times, taking the title and the team taking the constructors. The quattro technology proved so potent that in '96 the Audi A4 won the title in Belgium, Spain, Australia and South Africa as well. It was so dominant that four-wheel drive was banned in the BTCC from 1998 onwards, and Audi would never win another title. I have fond memories of this car for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it appeared on the video game TOCA Touring Cars and TOCA Touring Cars 2 from Codemasters for the PlayStation and PC. Not only this, but my brother and I also had this Scalextric double set, which featured Frank Biela's 1996 championship winning car. So we'll have a look at the instructions. Okay, so we've got information about colours here, how to apply decals, we've got chassis assembly. There's no engine in this, but there is detailed undercarriage. Brakes. Interior, more interior, roll cage, dashboard, and now working on the external parts. Got some mesh there, radiator. You do have some stickers to mask the windows. Side mirrors, touching the body, tyres, completed, and then you've got the decal markings over here. You've got car number 44 or number 45 in this kit, and there we've got the details of the sprues on here. Nunu really did their research for this kit, taking detailed 3D scans of the exterior, undercarriage and interior of the car. There is also an optional photo etch set, which you can see here. However, I've chosen not to go for it this time. So we'll start on this one. Seems to be the largest of the sprues. So you can see we've got, we're looking at the back here. See, we've got door cards here. That's the engine cover underneath, I think. You've got the internal tub here. We've got some moulded detail left-hand drive. The undercarriage. It's kind of like a splitter. And you've got the dashboard there. Looks like you might be able to make a version of the road car with this. So in this bag we've got quite a few sprues. Let's see. So we've got this one here. This has got the drive shaft. We've got some vents down here. Part of the roll cage. More interior parts, gear stick, steering wheel, all brakes. You've got the wipers here. More detail on the wipers on that side actually. Okay, this one here, it's got mechanical parts, bits of the suspension and the steering. Also got mirrors. Here we've got these little flaps. I think these go around the front of the car. Okay, so here we've got another full-size sprue. So we've got, for instance, the exhaust, we've got some switches, fire extinguisher, steering, I think that goes behind the steering wheel, pedals, sort of Audi symbol that goes like where the passenger seats would be in a normal car. More parts of the suspension, radiator, roll bars. It looks like ventilation. Got the driver's seat here, and I think that's the rear bumper. If you look, and we've got I think a rear spoiler there. You can see the seat got a bit of a mould marking on there, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, we've got 4 wheels here. These are all numbered 1, so I presume that these are all identical. You've got the centre locking wheel nut moulded into that. And yeah, I really like these style of racing wheels. Now the clear sprue I'm going to leave in here just so that I don't mess it up. You can see you've got headlights here, nice level of detail on those. Same go for the tail lights. And then you've got the windscreen here and the rear screen. And the side windows here. You've also got little pinpoints for where the mirrors need to go. Looks like there might be a bit of, I don't know, maybe that's supposed to be there. Could be an aerial. Interesting. I'll have to have a closer look at that. There is a small aerial behind the window, so good level of accuracy. Right, now for the chrome sprue, so you can see you've got the inserts for the headlights and the tail lights here, and you've also got the mirrors. Now one feature that I'm not so keen on is this grille here, because this needs to be chrome around the outside, black in the middle, and the 4 Audi rings need to be chrome. So that's going to need a bit of careful painting to make it look good, because otherwise it's not going to look great. So that's a bit of a shame. Okay, so in this one we have got the tyres. We've also got polycaps, and we've got some mesh. So yeah, the tyres all slick. They used Dunlops in 1996. But yeah, these are pretty good. You know, no detail on the outside as you'd expect, but yeah, they're quite nice. And then finally, of the parts, we have got the distinctive saloon car body shape of the Audi A4. Now you can see we've got moulded in bonnet pins and boot pins for this. I know you can get a photo etch set to replace those. You can see the rear bumper you'll add later. Part of the front bumper will also be added. They seem to have managed to get most of the mould seams around the panels, which is good. Yeah, in fact, I think really it's only here that you'll need to do major sanding. Most of them go along the bonnet here, along the roof line, and along round to the back of the car here. So that's well designed. So well done for that, Nunu. Okay, then last but not least, we have got the sticker bag, decal bag, I should say. Need to be very careful with this one. Here we've got this large decal sheet here. You can see we've got number 45 of Biela and 44 of Bintcliffe. Vivid red decals. You've got the 2 different sun strips depending on which car you're going to do. Quattro A4 logos. There Now we do have seatbelt decals. You can choose to replace those if you want to. But yeah, nice detail. Like you've got the centre of the steering wheel here. Lots going on. I really like these retro BTCC numbers, black decals. I thought these might be carbon fibre, but they're just black. Presumably there to cover up something. And a really, really helpful feature that's becoming more and more common in modern kits are the masking sheet. So you can see here we have got front and rear windows. I know we've only got the one side of the side windows. So there we have it. Really looking forward to this one. Big fan of TOCA touring cars as I was growing up. This is a really distinctive livery in my opinion. What do you think Nunu should do next regarding some of these British touring cars? Personally, my dad drove a Vectra, so even though it wasn't the most exciting of cars, I would love to see a Vauxhall Vectra kit. Also, I think the Renault Laguna was particularly impressive. Ford Mondeo, I remember the Ford Mondeo that Nigel Mansell had a brief cameo in. So let me know what you think. Are you getting one of these? Have you got the Volvo kit, which they've also brought out recently? Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you soon.